Hey everybody, and welcome to Weebly this week. That's right, in CPT202 you are doing a drag and drop website assignment based in Weebly, who was purchased by Square. This is a great assignment because you'll be able to play around and build your own website in no time at all. I promise it is not a hard process. You can follow along. If you want, play this video while you're building yours in a next window. It'll help you. I walk through every step of the assignment, what you need to have in there. As always, check the assignment sheet, use that for check boxes, make sure you get all those points, and let's get started. All right, so as you can see here, I am on the Weebly screen. This may look different depending on when they push updates to the site, but it's going to operate the same, I promise. We're going to get started with creating a website. So we're going to click on create your website or sign up in the upper right hand corner. We're just going to put in some information in here to get that account going. Make sure you put in your Finlandia email address. It's just going to be easier. Plus that way it's tied to school. I'm going to just put in a password in here. I'm not a robot. I accept the terms and conditions, and then I'll just hit continue. And here we go. We're going to start right at the beginning. I want a business website. I want a personal website. You're doing personal. It's going to ask you to select a theme. This is a template that you're going to use that most of your site's going to be based off of. So this is actually the second requirement of the assignment right off the bat. You started with Weebly, that's check 1, and now you're working with a template as check 2. I like to look in the personal area just because they're set up more for like a personal individual post or blog type of site where a lot of people have, their resume. They might actually have their own personal blog here, which you're all familiar with from a previous assignment. So it's a good place, but feel free to look through these. They actually have a blog template in here as well. We're going to just pick something simple and easy. We're going to go personal. And we're going to click on this darker one. I like this darker one here. And it pulls up a preview. So now you can actually take a look and see they got an about me. They have my work. This one's going to work pretty well. I think for the 5 pages that you're required to have, I think this is a great place to start. It'll be easy enough to manipulate and get exactly what we need out of this. So you're going to go up to the right-hand corner. You're going to select Start Editing. This is going to actually load the website and allow you to start drag and dropping new elements and making this really work for you the way that Weebly is really known for. Now, here's going to be one of the things that pops up a few different times, and this is usually what stumps people. I know this is an area that people struggled with in the WordPress sites as well. It wants you to select a domain name. Now, the reason why it's doing this is because it's trying to upsell you. Again, as I've said time and time again in this course, you don't have to pay for anything to complete the course. So what it's going to do is it's just going to ask you to type something in here. The easiest way to start is just typing your name. Because what you're going to notice when you hit search is that it's going to look and actually pull up domain names. And it's going to say, hey, you can choose one of these. Now, all of these actually will cost you money. So do not select any of these because you're going to look down here. Subdomain, free with Weebly branding. It's yourname.weebly.com, or if you want to do something that's not your name, that's fine too. But basically, right here, this is what gets you your free site. Now, you'll notice for me, it says unavailable because I've done this a few times for the course. So I'm going to actually add CPT202 to the mix just so I can actually get something that's available. Now you see it's my name, cpt202.weebly.com. If your name is taken, throw CPT202 after it. It should become available here with that green little choose. So now free subdomain, I can choose here, and this will get the party going. This is now going to be the link that my site lives at. This is going to be the link that you submit into Canvas. So pay attention to what this is. You'll be able to see that as you continually publish your website. But this is where you're going to get that. So for now, I'm going to click done. Now, here we go. That I have the template loaded. This is the website. And obviously, I'm not James Coleman. That's not a picture of me. So I'm going to actually have to go in and delete some of these things. It's kind of the downside with starting as a template, but I'm going to show you kind of how to take care of that and how to really work through the assignment here. So let's focus on what the pages are, because I think that's a big part of this assignment. You have to have 5 different pages. So how do we make those happen? Now, if you look over here on the left-hand side, this is your drag and drop menu items. So all of these elements, you're actually able to drag over to the site and basically pop them up on this page. So you could actually go through and you could add an HD video, you could add a spacer, you could add a button, a contact form. This is part of what you're going to require on your contact page. So these are all things to really kind of keep in mind as you're exploring. This menu up at the top is how you're going to change some of these settings. So click on pages and you're going to see this website has 4 current pages: home, discover, journal, and contact. Now, what I found the easiest thing to do is actually to delete these, so that way you can start fresh. So if you click on what's there, go down to delete. Yes, do you really want to delete? Sure. I'm going to go through. I'm going to remove each one of these because I don't want all the stuff that's already preloaded into this website. I want to be able to start from scratch. So I've got just the home page now. So here's a tip to make this a little bit easier for you. Let's make all 5 pages right now. So you're going to select the plus sign here up at the top, and it's going to ask you what type of page do you want. For this assignment, everything you're going to do is just going to be a standard page. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to look at my list. I need to have home, which I already have. The next one I need is skills. So I'm going to type in skills. I'm going to make sure that it's available in my navigation, and I'm going to click done. Now I'm going to go and look at the next one, about. So I'm going to do the same thing, standard page. I'm going to title it about. I'm going to click done. Okay, now we need a resume and a contact page. So I'm going to do this 2 more times. Resume. And we're going to do 1 more for contact. There we go. Now I have all the pages that are required in the assignment right off the bat. I can actually see those by going over here and clicking on this 3 lines known as a hamburger menu. Boom, home, skills, about, resume, contact. They're all there. And I can actually jump in between them if I want to start building each one of these out. Now, as you can see, they all pretty much look the same. We're going to do a little more adjustment here, and then we're going to dive in. Up at this top menu again, you can go to themes. Now, this allows you to actually change the theme all around. You can change however it looks. You can go with different color concepts. You can actually change the entire theme. And you can look at some options. Sometimes they have specific options depending on which theme you went with. I'm going to stick with dark. We're going to keep the theme the same, the font's the same. We're going to keep moving down the list. Apps. This is where you would add different apps to the website. So as we talked about with content management sites, you can add different things to it. You don't have to do any of this. I just wanted you to know where it is. This is not required as part of the assignment. So I'm going to hit close. Now I'm going to look at settings. Now this is going to pull up the general settings of the page. The reason why I wanted to take you here is this is where you can change the site title to something besides my site. So I'm going to actually change this to CPT202 Jeremiah Bauman. So feel free to do CPT202 in your name. It's helpful to have that in there. The rest of these settings, you don't have to worry about. Really, I just wanted to go in and change that site title. I think it's important to do so. And then I'm just going to click save over here on the right-hand side. It's going to say it's saved, and we can go back to build up at the top menu. There, now you can see the title is there. And now I can start digging into my pages. So if you look through the assignment, you're going to notice some things. The home page, it says, provide a quick introduction of yourself and basically your goals. So it says, click here to edit. You could click in here and you could start typing. This is going to be a title block. So I could say, my goals. Now you might be thinking, okay, how do I get something underneath there? Over here on the left-hand side, I can drag text, and you'll see these blue lines pop up. The blue lines have to do with where you're going to drop this module. So if I put one underneath my goals, Now I can click and I can start editing, and you'll see this drag and drop editor. So maybe I want to do a bullet point, and maybe I want to do graduate, and I want to do another one, find a job, move out of state. So say those are maybe my goals I want to have. That's totally fine. Just make sure you have a quick introduction here. Now, one thing you might be wondering is, how do we get rid of this face that exists here in the background? It's kind of weird, you know, it's not my face, obviously. So how do we want to actually go about changing this face and get rid of it? Now, one of the things that's kind of important to realize is everything in here, when you drag over it, you'll see a plus sign. You'll see this bar here where you can drag and drop, move things around. You'll see an X to delete. So that's kind of the basics of this editor and what you'll notice, you know, all around. So if I click the background, I now see edit background, replace header layout. I can click edit and I can replace that image. I can edit that image. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit replace. Now it's going to let me pull up something from my computer. I can actually do a search for images. There's favorites, or if you have an image URL, feel free to put something in here that, you know, means something to you. For right now, I'm going to do a quick search for Finlandia. It's probably not going to pull up the school, but it's just going to give me something to pop in there. Yeah, this looks good. I'm going to put that image in there. Boom. Much better than some random person's face. But now you might realize, okay, this doesn't look very good. It's not very legible here. And that might be a problem as well. So I could go back down and I could change the image if I want to. I can adjust the zoom, the blur. I can darken it. There's a lot of different things you can do here, which is kind of nice. But I think for now, we're just going to roll with it. So I'm going to click save up here in the upper right-hand menu. And now you see, boom, the graphics there. My title's there. Really, this is all I need to do for the home page. So let's jump over to the next page. I'm going to go back up to pages, and I'm going to select my about page. So now again, we're back to this about page. I'm going to click on the background. I'm going to replace the header layout because I'm just going to get rid of it. Now it's gone, and I can do something else with my background. I could change the color. I can do some scrolling effects. So feel free to play in this space. You know, it really gives you some freedom to make this site look like something you want it to look like. Okay, so for the about page, I want a bio with a photo of yourself. Where did you come from? Why Finlandia? So you want to think about what makes the most sense here. I'm going to select build up at the left-hand side, and I'm going to go, okay, so let's do a title, because I think it makes sense to put my name in here. So I'm going to do that. And then I need to have a photo of myself. I'm going to grab image, and I'm going to actually drag it over to the right-hand side, because what that's going to do is make columns. So now I can upload an image from my computer. So I'm going to say, yes, I want to upload from my computer. I'm going to grab from the desktop. I've got an image here. Now my face is there. I've got my title. As we did before, I'm going to drag text, and I'm going to put that now underneath my name. And I now have a text box that I can work with. Well, we see here it's above. Just grab on those dots and drag it down below. So this is where I could start to write out, you know, a little bit of a bio about myself, just so people really can view that and really understand who I am. So you're going to build this page out pretty much this exact way, why you chose Finlandia, a little bit about yourself, and then that'll look good. So we're going to go back to pages, and we're going to go click on resume. So for your resume page, I want you to type up some pieces of your resume. Now, if you don't have a resume, not a big deal. Just put together some sort of Word document that talks about maybe the classes you're taking, maybe, you know, just a couple jobs you worked. This isn't official, but you are going to need a document that you can copy and paste and that you can upload. And that's kind of important. So let's start at the beginning here. We're going to get rid of this guy's head. We're going to delete that, make him go away. We're going to pick something nice and simple here. Less is more. That looks good. Hit save. Now I'm going to actually delete the button here. I'm going to change this header here. I'm going to change that to my resume. And now I could type in here and I could put some bullets of where I worked. My first job, I could put my classes, and I could list that stuff on here. That'll have that nice text breakdown. And the reason for that is Google will pick that up, which is really important. Now I need to actually get my resume file on here. So to do that, I'm going to go back to this build, and I'm going to look on the left-hand side until you find File, which is under Media. You'll see the little file icon. I'm going to drag and bring that up. When I do that, it's going to say click here to upload a file. I'm going to click there, and I'm going to upload a file from my computer. And this is going to be my resume document. So I'm going to upload that. Now it's linked. What this means is someone could come to my resume, they could read the bullets and see what I put there. They could also download it and take it with them. So this could be a Word doc, this could be a PDF, but this is an important part now. This is, some of the points you get for this page has to do with uploading a document. Again, I'm not going to look at the document, so you just need to put something there if you don't have your resume. I just want you to make sure you understand the process. That's the key thing for me here. Okay, we're going to go back to Pages, and we're going to go to Contact Form. Again, we got to get rid of the guy's face. We're going to delete that. We're going to go with this blue just to make it a little bit different here. I'm going to hit Save. Okay, so for the contact form, I'm just going to delete this. Remember, you can highlight over and you can click the X and you can delete any of these elements you don't want. So I'm going to click Delete. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to click Delete. I'm going to change Magnificent to Contact Me. I'm going to get rid of this extra line, delete. And so now what it wants is, you need to have a contact page with contact information and your contact form. And then I say include like social media accounts or email addresses as links. You need to just put something in here. So what I'm going to actually do, there's a spacer in here, it looks like. So I'm actually going to dump both of these, delete these, delete that one. So we're going back to build, and I'm going to add some text here. Okay, so I'm going to put my email address. And that covers, having that be a link. I can actually highlight it and I can make it a link. Email is an option. And it'll ask you just to type it in here as well. And this will actually make the link work. So we can do that. And then I'm going to grab a contact form. Now I pointed this out before. If you go to the left-hand side, you'll be able to scroll and find it. It says contact form. And we're going to drag and drop that underneath. What this is going to do is going to bring up a basic contact form here. Just going to get rid of that text. Delete. And now this form would be where someone could put their name and their email and comment and send it to you. Now, to actually show you how this works, I'm going to click on Form Options. This is where you could actually customize how this functions. Again, this isn't super important that you set this up to work, but it's more that you understand where this information is. So this is where everything lives. This is where you could change that email address. I'm going to hit Save, and there we go. We got a contact page. That looks good. So now I'm going to go back to Pages. We're going to go back to that home page. And I still got all this information from his home page. And I'm just going to go through and start deleting all of this. The easiest way for me to actually do this now, I'm going to just come in here. I'm going to rename this Home Old. And you'll see why in just a second. I'm going to do a new page, standard page, that I now can call home. And this will give me a blank page to start off with. And now what I'm going to be able to do, you can see this little home icon here because this one's set as my actual home page. I'm going to delete it, make it go away. And now I have this home page here. I can drag this up to the top. And now you'll see all the pages are here. I've got a clean page to work with. I'm going to replace that header like we did before. I'm going to go with green. Green looks great here. Save. I'm going to edit the background, replace that image. Going to just grab something a little more generic here. City looks good. Go up to the right, click save. And now I can change this again, that homepage information. There we go. So homepage looks good. We're going to go back to skills. So I'm going to change this from my goals to my skills. This is a page that you need to just have, again, a list of skills or talents. So if you're an athlete, you can put that here. I'm a photographer. I'm going to put that I'm a marketing executive. And then I'm also a business instructor. Okay. Now we can view the home page and it'll load. We can look at skills. We can look at the about page, the resume, and the contact with the contact form. All of these pages now exist in my menu. They're all here. They have the requirements done. Again, look at your assignment. You're going to hit publish. It's going to publish that website. Now it says your website is published. You can click the link. And here we go. The site that we just built. You watched me build this entire site out. My skills, my about page, my resume with the downloadable file, and contact with my contact form. That is it. That is the entire assignment. Obviously, you all need to fill in your skills, your about bio, those things that relate to you. But that is the entire assignment in its whole. Make sure you get it published. Make sure you test the link. That's the link you're going to send me in Canvas. I promise this is an easy assignment. Hopefully you all feel comfortable inside Weebly. You can have some fun with it. Really customize it to your personality. I can't wait to see your websites. As always, if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Email me, hit me up inside of Canvas. Just make sure you reach out early and not in those last couple hours on Sunday before the assignment is due. All right, good luck, have a great time, and I'll talk to y'all later.